Let's talk about AI, because I remember in the demonstration, you were like, yeah, you can plug in AI here and different types of AI. And again, this is such a new technology. I'd say most of your old trading models don't even know how to incorporate it, but you incorporate it with drag and drop. How important is it to have an LLM and AI components in your model these days?
I think the LLM just gives more for people who need more help, whether it's, explaining what this indicator does, and eventually what we're working on is to say, okay, maybe do this to fix your risk, fix your alpha, and then it can add that node for you. That's what that's for. And then in terms of AI, there's lots of stuff. We have, I think, 38 plus different AI models that you can run for your strategies and whatever, assets you want. But then we also have AI optimization, where it's literally going to run, I don't even know the numbers. It's, thousands of different variations with each one of your nodes. So each one of whatever you set up, indicator or arithmetic, and run all these different variations and then tell you, okay, this was the best result out of, however many thousands or millions of variations it's run. So for those people who don't know how to, really dial in what they want, maybe they don't have the trading experience, you run optimization and, it does all the work for you.
Wow. A lot of people trading crypto only look at crypto. And I remember looking at your model and you were pulling all sorts of other data in there, S&P and NASDAQ and sometimes all this other esoteric data. Can you just speak on that a little bit about how maybe in the crypto industry, people are so focused in on, like you said, like the top 50 cryptos, when there is potentially a lot of the data you want to pull into a model?
There's so much. You got to realize everything's, the butterfly effect, everything is related. So like anything happening, and back in the day when we traded derivatives, we had moon phases, weather data. Now, and that's pretty obvious how that affects commodities and affects the entire market. Nowadays, you have, of course, that, but you have wallet action. You have, Trump making an announcement. He bought a hamburger with Bitcoin right before his inauguration. And for me, I was like, Trump's signing off that he approves of crypto. And I bought a lot of crypto that day. And I was like, before the moment I saw that, tweet, and people didn't really understand it. But again, there's a lot of hidden messages across so many things. And we take all of this amazing alternative data like Arkham, Nansen, Parsec, Polygon, which is traditional data, and we make it an actionable node. And that's, one of the things is, so sometimes some of the data is just on a website or, maybe an alert. We put it in there as an actual trading indicator, just like you would a MACD, a Bollinger, or an RSI.
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.
How do you set yourself up with a Trump buys a hamburger with a Bitcoin node? Is it like a special news event and it can like trigger an indicator that
you can have him be something with, I'm not sure what data one is, but you could be tracking social media. So, Elon Musk makes a tweet about something crypto related and maybe you want to look into buying that coin because he made that comment. Michael Saylor, there's a lot of, notable names that if they talk about this project, it's likely to have a, bullish or possibly bearish sentiment. If Jim Cramer says, buy this coin, I would probably sell it.
Yeah. That's the joke in crypto, is that Jim Cramer is the opposite indicator.
Is it really just in crypto?
Yeah, maybe it's everywhere. Yeah, I get it. That's a good question. I see it everywhere in crypto. And whenever he is bullish on crypto, it tends to do the opposite, or vice versa.
He's had this effect for 20 something years.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's a crazy man. I do respect the hustle though, for sure. It's interesting what you said about Trump and the burger, because Saylor was on stage yesterday at the Bitcoin conference and someone asked him about memes. And he said, look, I could write a book about Bitcoin. No one's going to read it. He said, I can give an hour-long presentation on stage about treasury strategy. 0.1% people are going to watch it. But if I sit there and say, there is no second best, that thing can go viral. Or he said, if Baby Sailor, this is like the thing now is going viral where these babies say the same things that the older people say. He said, if Baby Sailor, which is like a 2-year-old in a suit, says there is no second best, he said that alone can move the price more than me saying I bought an extra 4 billion of Bitcoin last week. So that's a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Certain people have like certain powers, and like, I don't think people look into how much there is behind it. Someone of his stature buying crypto, or using crypto to buy a hamburger, he doesn't need to use a Bitcoin to buy a hamburger. He could use cash. He's in New York. He could use a credit card. I mean, his driver probably has enough money to buy the restaurant. But like, it was a very, very much a statement. He bought it with that to show I approve of crypto. And maybe that was the sign off that crypto needed to be behind him and with him, because look, he got into office and look what he's doing. He's pushing the industry. Maybe he wants to push, some stuff back to the United States, but that was a humongous thing in my head.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.